Now, our guest today has one of the coolest jobs in the world. From a rock star, though he still is, to a content creator, he is reinventing himself yet again, this time as a celebrity interviewer. We're gonna make him really uncomfortable by interviewing him instead. Let's welcome to the show, Chris Cantada. It's a beautiful day, Chris. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hello,
Good
Chris.
morning.
Good
Good morning.
How does it feel to be on the hot seat?
It's a bit different now.
Yes, it's a bit different, but Chris, first of all, congratulations on all your work.
Thank you.
If you go on, for everyone out there, if you go on the social media, you can easily tell that we are his least popular people that he's talking to as of late.
No, of course.
But first of all, just tell us a bit how it all started out for you, because I remember you posted something recently about your very first celebrity interview.
Yeah.
And I remember my very first one. I can only imagine how you felt. Just how did it all start out for you?
Because up to that point, my channel was primarily geek stuff like cosplay, Power Rangers, superhero stuff. So I
Right.
do skits and all that. And then out of the blue, I was asked if I was interested to go to a junket. I'm like, what's a junket? like that word for me was new.
Yeah.
And then they explained that it was for Captain America Civil War. And I didn't know exactly what I was going to do until, I wasn't sure until I was flying na to Singapore, and then I saw one-on-one interview, Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie.
wow.
And I was
I
like,
would have died because
wow.
Chris Evans is
Yeah.
my crush. I would have literally died on the plane if I saw that.
And that was your very first celebrity
yeah,
interview. Chris
very-
Evans, oh
very
my
first.
goodness.
Casual.
And then I, when I watched it back, because that was in 2016, I was so shocked, I was so quiet, hi, my name is Chris, and super shy.
Yeah.
But I'm not really that shy,
Yeah.
in regular occasions. So it was just funny na I was still trying to, get comfortable.
Right.
Because like what you said, you've done junkets. You stay outside of a room with other interviewers waiting for your 5 minutes of
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
And then when you go inside, it's like all the lights, and Chris Evans is just there, just waiting for the next guy.
What was he like?
Oh, he's
He's Captain
for,
America.
for me,
he's Captain
for me, it was
America.
the best first
Celebrity interview. Okay.
because
You never forget your first.
I was slightly afraid because everyone that came out before me, he was like, "Wow, one answer, Chris." He's like he was tired, pagod.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh my god!" But when I entered, because I'm really a geek. I love these types of movies. I
Yeah.
watch his films. So parang he got that from me already.
Okay.
And then my first question, palang he was just talking and talking. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going so well.
And he's not pagod pala, no, when he's talking to you.
So I think, I don't know, I feel like I like what I'm doing because you get to watch someone, like a fan, to talk to these people, to talk about their movies, and then it's like they're more comfortable, I feel.
Yeah.
Is that what you feel makes you unique? Because that's hard. It's hard to be unique because these guys are sitting there for 2 hours
Yeah.
talking to a lot
And-
of outlets.
Exactly.
And you're probably the 7th or 8th person.
Or
And-
the
or if you're, yeah, right?
30th.
And they're answering
The
all the same
same- the
questions.
same
Exactly.
questions.
So how do you make yourself unique?
So I guess the content creator in me kinda led the whole me trying to do this type of work because even when I do my skits, in a way I think, would I want to watch this? Would I be interested in the stuff that I'm putting out? So I thought to myself, would I actually want to watch this interview? Because there are so many interviews out there.
yeah.
So the questions I ask are, I try not to make it be the typical So I tried a lot of things in that Chris Evans, in that whole Captain America junket. And then I kind of still use it up to today because it's not your typical like what do you do? Or example, in movies like that, in action movies, a lot of people tend to ask these actors, what is your workout regimen? How do you work out?
Yeah.
So I took that and I made it, what do you think Captain America's top 3 songs in his workout playlist?
Oh, that's interesting.
So that was my
Yes,
first
yes.
question, and then that's when I noticed na mas loose. They started to get loose.
Yeah.
And then I actually kind of used that question a lot until
Songs
now.
in the playlist. Nice.
When would you say, you said that you started out the first one a bit shy. At what point did you start getting comfortable talking to stars? Because I remember my first 3 were really tight, right? But it takes a while for you to actually get comfy.
I did it the second time.
The second time already, all right.
Because after rewatching the first, I was like, wow, that's too shy.
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
I knew
Yeah,
it already.
yeah.
Na parang,
Yeah. You knew what to do now.
Yeah.
You knew where to improve and
yeah.
all. Okay.
I didn't have to be that quiet because while I was watching it, wow, I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I
apart
get you.
from Chris Evans, since he's your first big celebrity that you interviewed, who would you say is your favorite that you've interviewed so far? And why?
So, there's a lot talaga. But recently, my super favorite is Jennifer Lopez.
My girl J-Lo from Jenny from the
Lopez,
Block.
wow.
Yeah.
So what was so unforgettable about the interview?
It's because I felt it already from the start na she was, going through the motions. Like my intro, parang okay, she was the typical na polite and just wants to get through this interview. But every question I popped in, I started to see, like I saw it for myself that, oh my gosh, parang she's smiling, she's laughing na.
May glow bigla.
Yeah, and up to the end, talagang, because I'm a musician also, and I told her that when I was in, kasi Selena came out 1997, I think.
Yes.
One of my favorite movies.
So at that time, I was fifth to 7th grade. That was the time that I was figuring out what type of music I wanted to pursue. At that point, it was all rock. And then after I watched Selena, that was the first time I was introduced to like Latin American music. And I'm a drummer, so those beats talaga really kind of changed my outlook on, I'm just a rock guy.
Yeah.
So I told her that, and then talagang it was a good, her reaction naman was very nice. Like she was very,
I mean, like I know, I was looking at all of your interviews. Obviously, you really incorporate yourself in it. I mean, that's really important. But at the same time, one thing I'm sure wasn't a part of you that you made sure to incorporate in the interview, because that's what people wanted, is that did you really not know what cat's eye dance was? Touch. I mean, like we've been rolling it over and over again, and it looks like you know what you're doing.
Oh, because I practiced.
Exactly.
I practiced like the whole week. That was a Monday, and they told me, one of the things that they want to do is for the like the interviewee to do the dance. I'm like, oh damn. But I wanted to interview them talaga. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's okay.
You qualified it by saying that you do drums, but 100%. Before we let you go, Chris, sorry, because we're running out of time. For those who want to know more about you, the work you do, and of course, what's next for you, how can they follow you?
My main channel is Chris Cantada Force on YouTube, but I'm everywhere, like on Instagram, Facebook.
Right.
But I like to, what I learned also from before, I used to always just put everything on YouTube. Pero for the past few years, just so that I can grow even more, especially during pandemic times when short form is like the thing now.
Right.
I just put everything everywhere and then see
what sticks.
where it because there are some na it's the same 15 seconds worth of content. I put it on Instagram, TikTok, but biglang somehow one will just skyrocket to 1 million, but the other one will
The other
stay in.
hindi, yes.
So I just put everywhere and then see where it leads.
Okay.
Chris, it's an honor to interview you because you interview some of the greatest out there. So maraming salamat. Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much. We're really
having me.
grateful to have you here. I know The Rock says that he loves how grateful you are, and we're grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.